Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by Living to Do's review of Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 19, Sliding Towards Decision Day. Before I get started with the review, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. So this episode was their last night together before Decision Day. And so let's start off with Chris and Nicole. And not much happened with them. They went out. Nicole got a private chef where they talked about next steps in their relationship. Nicole wants to figure out where they're going to be living and make a decision on that. And Chris is still acting indecisive. He's saying, let's just take one day at a time, or let's just do one thing at a time, which is decision day, and then afterwards we'll decide. And Nicole needs a sense of security like everybody else, and I don't know why he is being so indecisive about where they're going to live in a matter of a couple of days. Seems like you should know that. And maybe he doesn't want to give up which way he's going to go with his decision, but I think it's ridiculous. We all know they're doing well. Most likely they're going to say yes. I don't know why he's dragging that out. We never heard why. I don't know if it's edited in a weird way. It doesn't make any sense, but that was all that was going on with Chris and Nicole. So let's get to the next couple, which will be Clint and Gina. Again, not much happened here. Last episode, Gina told the experts that she thought that Clint had a weird energy. And I guess she said bizarre. And later in a confessional, Clint didn't know where that was coming from. Someone talking about his having an odd energy. He thought it was a character attack. They went horseback riding where they discussed after they had a picnic in the field, and he brought it up to her why she would say that about him, and she tried to explain. It's just, she didn't say it was odd, but she did say it was bizarre, and actually they're like the same thing. She explained how it wasn't meant to tear him down. He was glad they cleared the air about it. But that's just to, clear the air to be friends, because this relationship is going nowhere. So I'm glad he doesn't have to feel funny in it, and then she knows how he feels about it. But not much else happened with them either. So let's go on to the next couple. The next couple is Shaquille and Kirsten. Shaquille and Kirsten had the opportunity to do something really cute. They made a love song about their love story. They went to a songwriter's place where they told the songwriter about their love journey, and they offered up words to the songwriter, who put it in a computer. They added additional words to it, and they made a love song. And Kirsten got up and sang words to the song for the record. It was such a cute idea. I don't think I would ever have the nerve to do it, but I thought that was such a cute idea that I think maybe I want to try it. It just was I like it. It was different. Afterwards, they sat on the porch of this songwriter's recording studio, I guess, and they discussed their marriage, and Shaquille shared with Kirsten that he doesn't feel secure in his marriage. It's always something with him. He hasn't been looking as happy as he first did when he in this first season started. Later they met with the experts, Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal. He told them that he finally met her dad. He is so happy about that. I mean, he must plan on staying because you wanted to meet her dad so bad. And the way he and Kristen were sitting on the couch with the experts, They look like a loving couple. She was sitting in his arms, so that's a good look. It seems like everything is pointing, most things are pointing that they will say yes on decision day. But as far as they went this particular episode, not much more happened than that. So let's go on to the next couple. Okay, the last couple is Eris and Jasmine. First, we see Eris. He is boxing with McKinley. McKinley shows up again with another guy, another male member from this season, and they're out there boxing. They're being instructed by this trainer, who's way too hyped. I guess he's too hyped to be on TV. He's just loud and obnoxious. But the two guys settle down for a bit and they talk. Eris describes what's going on in his relationship with Jasmine and the new things that they're doing. They're not sexual, but they're intimate. They're creating intimate settings and safe spots for one another. And he describes this to McKinley. He's learned from Pastor Cal that what they're doing is redefining intimacy for them, for their marriage. He says there's a possibility that he could say yes on decision day. They later discuss, McKinley brings up that he did slide into Gina's DMs. It seemed innocent enough. It seemed like he was looking at somebody else who was a friend of Gina. But then it's still weird because he's telling Eris that he could go out with Gina. Now he knows Gina is a married woman, married to a friend of his, and he is seeing in his mind how he could go out with Gina. I still think that's disrespectful. Later, Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal meet with Eris and Jasmine, and Eris is they're both explaining the progress they have made in their marriage. Jasmine saying that he is checking in with her during the day. They're greeting each other, hugging each other. And as we see them sit and talk to Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper, she's sitting in his arms comfortably. He looks comfortable with this display of affection, maybe. He also shares with us that because of Jasmine, his social anxiety has been reduced just for her being her and being with him. Normally he needs to get a beer to relax in a social setting. He doesn't need that. He just being with her, he's more relaxed in social settings, which I think that's huge for him to identify and share. He sees the value in Jasmine. He needs to realize how lucky he is to have her in his life. Now, as he's sitting there on the couch with his arm around Jasmine, Pastor Cal notices where his hand really lies, which is on her butt. And Pastor Cal says, "I like the placement of your hand." I'm like, you dirty old man, why are you always very sexual with these couples? Just let them be. That you got to point that out. It's such a dirty old man. So let's go on to the group setting. Okay, the guys got together and Eris decided not to bring up McKinley DMing Gina. Yeah, that's not wise. Don't start nothing. Clint tells Chris that he wants to see him and Nicole get into an argument to see how Chris will handle it since he's so passive. How would Chris handle an argument? Seems like he would just walk away if anything started to heat up. Shaq shares that he met Kirsten's dad and that he's real lovable. But he's not having much fun during this process. He doesn't want to see himself single again because, I guess it's not much fun out there. But Eris says that it's a yes or a no. He could see himself single again because he does kind of miss the butterflies of meeting new people. But he does feel something for Jasmine. He shared that he missed Jasmine when he had to be away from her while they were at the retreat. I see a change in Eris. He just seems to be warming up more and more to Jasmine. Or it's not even the way they're editing it. It's the what he says and how he says it. He seems to be more intentional when he speaks about her. I see some growth in him. I think he could possibly say yes. So let's go on to the girls' meeting. When the girls get together, they discuss their relationships and how things are going right before decision day. And Jasmine shared with the girls that her and Gina went pole dancing, and Eris surprised them there and was, making it rain. And he seemed attracted to her. But she needs to see action, and she needs to see action quick from him. I only got a couple of days left. I don't know what more can be done. Nicole says that, everything's good with her and Chris. Chris is like a golden retriever, very passive, no problems there. Then they all go to the dance floor to do the electric slide. And they're having a good time. Just the girls are up there, and then a table full of guys, come up to them. It was like the electric slide brings the single boys to the yard because they were all single, and they get up on the stage and they start talking to the girls, and it seems innocent enough. Nicole says, they're married women, but some of them may not be married after decision day, or may not be married much longer. And she describes her husband. She's an alpha woman, but her husband is a beta man, a beta grown man. Some guy is trying to talk to Kirsten, and Kirsten tells him that she's focused on her husband. Jasmine is getting a lot of attention from a guy who has some similar hobbies. They both breed dogs. And she seems to like the attention that she's getting from men. In fact, she states this. Looks like she might have been doing a confessional, and he comes up to her talking about, let's go outside. He has a 740 outside. She's like, what's outside? I don't know if they paid that man to say that. It looked very forced. You see these cameras are all on her, I'm sure, and you just walk up to her. So were you paid to do that? It was really cute. And it wasn't cute, actually. It just shows it did show how she would react. She seemed flattered in a way. She didn't move away. I don't know. I think she just really liked the attention of a man. And if her husband would do that, she'd be so happy. And if he would see this man doing that, I wonder if he would be jealous. I think he would. I think he's starting to feel for her. That was pretty much the episode. So stay tuned. I guess next week is finally decision day after all this boring time. So I will be back next week for decision day. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. But I gotta go because I got living to do. Bye.